And I only have 2 only in the Observer notes here.
Okay, let's hear him. There's no. It's gonna be hard to top the NWA story, but let's go. Let's.
A student at Larry Sharp's Monster Factory, after watching a WWF tape, asked Larry Sharp that when Vince McMahon talks about a wrestler having a patented hold like the Rude Awakening, does that mean that the trainees can be sued if they use the same move?
Somebody needs to smarten this kid up. It looks like he hasn't been smart enough yet to the business.
Okay, now this next only in the Observer, I added this because now I want to kind of lay it out for people to kind of think about how Dave would have had to write the Observer back then. You're writing on a typewriter, so he's writing it in a way where if he's got any news since he started writing, including like giant stories, he kind of has to fit them in the middle in sections because he's already started writing the newsletter. It's not like a computer where you could just go above before you print. Like he's actually physically typing this thing. So sometimes what he would also do, and he does this in today's newsletter, is it's kind of like if he's thinking about something about one wrestler, but he knows there's another story about that wrestler and they're not connected in any way, he just connects them like right after one another. So that's what this is. And this is why I put it in. Okay. When the Dynamite Kid retired a few months back, he gave Chris Benoit his wrestling boots and said that Benoit was going to be the biggest star in pro wrestling during the 90s. Now, in his interview, since Benoit is wearing his old boots and they are feuding, Dynamite claims that Benoit snuck into his dressing room and stole his boots from his locker and wants them back. With his crew cut and no teeth, Dynamite looks a lot like Butch Miller of the Bushwhackers. Just added
just
nothing
random.
to do with what he's talking about.
Yes,
and he
typical
has to
Dave.
add that at the end. So that's classic Dave. All right.
I thought you were gonna say where he does the thing where he starts a story and he finishes the story, usually a blurb, not actually a story, just a blurb, and then like a couple paragraphs down, he says the same blurb except he words it differently. That's another classic Dave.
That is an editing problem where he
Yes.
forgets that he's already got the story in there and he rewrites it because you can't find it.
Right.